How often do you ask AI a question and you just get some weird or useless answer like this? Well, it's probably because you weren't structuring your prompts properly. This is called prompt engineering. It's basically how you structure your prompts to talk to AI to get better, more accurate results. This makes AI way more useful for anything you want to use it for, especially things in your day-to-day life. If you don't understand how to talk to AI and get the proper results, it's not going to be useful for you. Once you can understand prompt engineering, the only limitation to AI is your own imagination. I'm Sam with AI Everyday, and let's dive right into this tutorial. So let's start at the basics. What is a prompt? A prompt is basically the instructions or input that you give to AI to get a response. Without prompting, an AI will not give you anything. It's basically like cooking from a recipe. If it's too vague, you're not going to know what you're cooking, or it's probably not going to turn out very good. But if you get the perfect recipe with all the detailed instructions, you're going to cook a great dish. So with that in mind, you've got to make sure you're giving AI as much details in your prompt as possible. So let's look at a couple tips for beginners. A couple tips to keep in mind when you're structuring your prompt is clarity. Make sure you're very clear on what you want. Some examples of this are word count, styling, target audience. Say you're a content creator asking for a caption to be created. Say you're a content creator asking for a caption to be created. You want to make sure you're letting it know which platform you're doing it on so it optimizes it properly. Say you're making it for TikTok or it's YouTube Shorts. It's going to make sure it's the proper character count with the right hashtagging, etc. This also falls into the category of context. Make sure you're providing all the context that you can to the AI to get the best prompts. Let me show you some quick examples right now. So, like I said, if you're a content creator and you're looking to create a caption, you're going to want to give it context and let it know which platform you're working with. I also didn't use the right wording. When possible, make sure you're always using the right wording. So on YouTube, it would be a description. So as you can see, it's taking the caption of a context and it probably figures I'm doing a YouTube short, or it's providing a title instead. So if I provide it actually with the right wording there, I copy that, I switch caption to description. YouTube, and it's going to give me a longer format, properly structured description. Yep. So you always got to make sure you're giving the right context. And now, instead of that, let's switch out the keyword to TikTok and see how it structures it. Yeah, so as you can see, the context that you give it, the keywording, it all affects the prompt. So with the difference in between a YouTube caption and YouTube description, and then TikTok caption. So let's move on to the next tips. To get a little bit more comfortable with prompt engineering and you're starting to get into some more complex tasks, it's time to start assigning roles to this AI. You want the AI to respond as if it's doing a certain job. Say it's coding for you, or it's writing multiple captions and descriptions after a while. Give it even more prompt context and let it know that it's a professional YouTube editor or a scientific developer, or maybe it's a master debugger in JavaScript and you're feeding it lots of code to debug. Assigning a job or a role to this AI not only helps it give more context by giving it a specific learning base to pull from, but it also structures its output answers in a way that's going to be tailored as if it were somebody in that specific field. Let's take a look at a couple examples of this right now. Okay, so let's take our previous prompt, the YouTube description, and rewrite it. Tell the AI that it is a professional YouTube copyright. All right, so as you can see, I've created the prompt and I've added actually a little bit more here. I said you specialize in keywording for SEO and YouTube. Keywording in SEO, and however I worded it there, can't read right now. But this is going to make sure that it not only is great at writing the descriptions, but it provides great SEO optimization and keywording for our descriptions in order to push it for the algorithm. So depending on what you want for your specific use case, say you want it to be more playful or humorous, you could add, you are a YouTube copyright who is extremely funny and has Gen Z humor. And it's gonna add some inputs of Gen Z humor in there. Perfect, as you can see, it's incorporated tons of keywords for AI searching, lots of hashtags. Looks awesome. So let's move on to another example. So another use case for this is, say you want a topic explained in a certain mannerism. Say it's a really complex topic, you could get it broken down as if you were 10 years old, so then it's extremely simplified. Or say you want it broken down in university grad terms, or say a master's degree, bachelor's degree, etc. I'm gonna give you an example right now. Ask it to summarize something as if it was 10 years old. I'm actually gonna ask it to summarize what AGI is as if you were 10 years old. And if you don't know what AGI is, this is gonna be perfect for you. So AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. It's like a super smart robot. It's like a super smart robot brain that can think, learn, and solve problems just like a human can. Right now, most AI can only do one thing at a time, like play chess, answer questions, or draw pictures. But AGI would be smart enough to do anything a person can do, like learn new things, understand jokes, play games, help with homework, or even talk about feelings. It's kind of like building a computer that can think, learn, and talk like a real person, not just follow instructions. Cool, right? I'd say that was still a little bit too complicated for a 10-year-old, but if your 10-year-old's pretty smart, then I'm sure that would be fine for him. Yeah, just another simple example. You can use AI for just about anything and get it to output about any answer as long as you know how to structure your prompts. All right, and before we end the video, let's take a look at a couple mistakes that people pretty commonly make when they're using AI. You don't want to get caught making mistakes over and over, then getting frustrated and thinking it's not the right tool for you. It's improving all the time, and you don't want to miss the boat. So make sure you start learning now before it's too late. Being too vague or broad, you don't want to not give it enough context or details. It's very simple. And if you're not sure if you're giving it enough context or details, ask the AI. That's what it's built for. Give your basic prompt and say, help me rebuild this prompt in order to get the best results. And you're gonna be amazed at what it can do. Take a look at this. I'm gonna take our already rebuilt prompt. This is the most built prompt we've done in the video so far. And at the bottom, I'm gonna add what I just said. Help me rebuild this prompt to get the best results. All right, just a few simple words, and let's see how much it changes it. Wow, before I could even take this prompt and input it for a new result, it outputted a brand new description for me already. That's pretty great. But look at this restructured prompt. It's using a lot more clear wording. It's using a lot more clear wording. It's using better keywords to make sure I get what I'm looking for. And it has, yeah, everything I'm looking for, basically. As you can see here, it says target viewers interested in AI, productivity, and tech education. Nothing I had in this thing was giving audience-specific keywording, which is great. Asks for a call to action, says specific AI models to add even better keywording within the description. It looks great. And it even gives a specific video title right here, as you can see. Nothing I inputted there. So yeah, if you aren't sure if your prompt is good enough, just ask AI. It's gonna help rebuild it right away. Another downfall people commonly make is asking too many questions within their prompt. Try and stick to 1 to 2 questions max. Or if you've been getting into the prompt engineering a little bit more, structure your prompt so that if you've got multiple questions, your AI will finish the first question, the second question, the third, so on and so on. You want it to do it in a synchronous order. You don't want to tackle them all at once or make sure they're differentiated in between. Sometimes when multiple questions are presented to the AI at once, it will try tackling them all at once, or it will miss certain questions. If you've structured your prompt properly, then it will hit all the questions. And lastly, the most common mistake. Everybody does it, to be honest. We expect perfect results on the first try. I know, all this hype about AI and what we see online, why isn't it giving us the best results? Well, it takes time, and sometimes, even with the best prompts, it's not always gonna give you the perfect result. It takes a couple outputs, so just keep trying, and make sure you put some time into learning. If you're interested in learning more, I've got plenty more videos on the channel with new ones coming out almost every single day, so subscribe for more. If this video has helped you out at all, make sure you also leave a like and comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you have a topic that you want me to cover in a future video.